Hello VTubers, this is Larry Mods, introducing our new little baby member. What's your name, little kid?
Okay, TMT. Alright, so we got a big kid here. So, I'm going to show you guys this.
Big Kid TNT?
Yes. Big Kid TMT. And I'm going to here to show you guys the Tsukuyomi
Oh, so
deck.
cute. Yeah. So, why are you on my channel?
Because I'm a new member.
And then?
And I migrated from Team Fancy.
Oh, they have little issues. Basically, what was the issue on Team Fancy?
I don't want to explain it over camera. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to watch the video and he'll be like, yeah, I don't want to cause drama. So, let's just keep it to a minimum. We'll just say that I had some issues and it didn't work out, so I'm on this team.
Alright, so what are you doing today?
I'm showing you guys a deck profile of Tsukuyomi's, the one that I played against Larry Mods.
And who won?
I did.
Wow. So how's this deck doing against the meta?
Against the meta, I did pretty good today. I was playing against Kagero's Lawkeeper, which I thought would be my most hated matchup. A really good friend of mine taught me how to play the deck so that I could play around his playstyle, and it works really, really good. And I'll teach you guys some playstyles that you can do.
Cool, I'm learning today.
Yeah, so I'll teach you guys some tricks that you can do at the end of the video. Because most people don't like to do that. It's like, I want to show you guys the deck, and that's it. You're just going to understand yourself. You can understand yourself, but if you really do know how to play the deck already, and you want to know more, then wait till the end of the video. Alright, so.
Alright, profile time?
Profile time.
What mat is this?
This is my Hinata mat.
Hinata right there.
I waited so many weeks for this, and then all of a sudden I want to sell it, and I'm just like, why am I want to sell it? I'm just going to keep it. So, yeah, it's my baby. I waited so long for this thing.
Profile time?
Alright, and then this is my starting Vanguard sleeve, because apparently cool people do this. They put the starting Vanguard sleeve different, because you're not going to shuffle it back in the deck anymore. So, this is my starting Vanguard, this is the sleeve, and it's blocking Monogatari. That's the anime on the sleeve, if you guys want to know that, because I know some random people like that know that kind of fact, and they look it up. So it's pretty good anime, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. But then we stand up the Vanguard, of course. Your starting Vanguard, obviously, is Godhawk Ichibiyoshi. Godhawk Ichibiyoshi, check the top 5 at the beginning of your ride phase, and you get to ride a Crescent Moon Goddess. It's one of those 5 cards that you check. If you don't ride it, remember this, guys, if you don't ride, you can ride normally. So you can still put a grade 1, even if you check the top 5 and it's not over, and you don't see it, you can still ride normally. So, but if you do superior ride, then you can't ride again, which would be broken. But, yeah. So, Ichibiyoshi, that's what it does. So here's the grade 1. So when you check the top 5, you see this card is superior ride. It's always a good thing to see first turn. After you draw the 6 cards, of course. And that's pretty much what it does. And this one checks for the Half Moon Goddess. So when you check the top 5 again, so on your next ride phase, you check the top 5 again. Next turn, obviously. Not right away. It would be too good. I wish you could get grade 3 on turn 1. It'd be so good.
A little bit. Well, what is that?
So 3 Oracle Guardian Gemini is like probably the ugliest looking card.
Not that one. It's pretty.
Oh, the ugliest looking card in the deck, but you have to run it.
Got you.
Okay, so but this card is what gives Tom that big power that you need, 16k. And then I play 4 Battle Sister Chocolat, the best looking perfect guard in my opinion, except for ISO. I like ISO. ISO looks cute too. So, yeah, perfect guards. But this is the cute. It has a little machine gun, so it's like, oh yeah, I can scare you away with my machine gun. Go away. And here's Coco. Coco doesn't use a machine gun, but she just checks the top, and you can put it on the top or the bottom, which I like better than the 7K, because the 7K, if you read it carefully, you can't put it on the bottom. And that card is, what's the card called again? You remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, just forget that. But if you guys know what I'm talking about, then, oh, it's Circle Magus. Yeah, Circle Magus. Circle Magus, it allows you to check the top, it's 7K, but you can't put it on the bottom. And that's a disadvantage. You don't want that. And I play 1 Weather Girl Milk because it's a 10k booster when you have 4 more cards in hand before Twin Drive. Remember that. It's before Twin Drive. So don't try to play around it and be like, oh, I got 3 cards in hand after Twin Drive I have 4.
Lauren.
Yeah, but it doesn't work that way. So you can't do that, sadly. But it's still 10k booster, and there's ways to play around that to my playstyle, which I really like. And you can ditch it off if you don't need it, or if you can't get that 4 cards in hand. That's the thing I like about this game. You can just ditch off whatever you don't want in your hand. So it's not like anything is ever dead. You just ditch it off as a shield. So then I play, for grade 2, so you have the 3 Half Moon Goddess. You play 4, but I only have 3 of her. and I really want 4. So if you have 4, play 4, but I only have 3, and it seems to be working pretty fine. I've been scraping Wallkeeper decks and other decks too, just with this deck. Oh my gosh. Technical difficulty right there.
Yeah, and Lawkeeper was
so
like,
when you ride this card and you have grade 1 half moon, Crescent moon goddess, Tsukuyomi, and you have obviously the starting Vanguard. You're always going to have a starting Vanguard in Soul anyways, so if you have the grade 1 in Soul, you Soul Charge 2. So how this works, so for example, if you have this, Soul Charge 2, right? You ride, Soul Charge 2. You can ride again and Soul Charge another 2, because you have the grade 1 already in Soul. So that's just a tip, but you don't really have to use that. It's kind of bad, only if you have to in dire situations. Then I play 3 Orca Guardian Red Eye. You probably drop one of these for the Half Moon, because this one is inferior to Half Moon, because Half Moon Soul Charges 2, this only Soul Charges 1. And you have to hit with this thing, which is kind of lame. Sometimes you need it, and sometimes you actually don't, but it's just to scare your opponent into making them guard sometimes. But I like having, you know, an actual Vanguard that has a skill rather than, oh, it's just sitting there. Because you kind of need that 6 in Soul, and this gives you that 1 extra card with Soul that you need to pull off the right thing. 2 Wiseman. 10k beater, I don't think I need to explain much about it. You put it on the side for 10k. Very useful tip. Just attack with this for 10k before you do anything. You don't really want to fill up the field all the time, but it's nice to fill up the field. If you can't fill up the field, just smack it with 10 first, and then hit with Vanguard to Vanguard. That's a very smart move to do, guys, because you make them waste a 5. You think that a 5 is nothing, but a 5 actually really matters, because it makes them waste a card out of their hand, and that's one more shield that possibly. And if they don't have a 5k shield, they drop a 10k shield. That's even better. Alright, then I play 4 Silent Tom. Silent Tom makes the deck work. I don't understand why people wouldn't play 4. Every person that I've played so far always gets scared of this card. They always wait for this card to come out and try to attack him. They always try to attack him. I don't understand why, but it just reduces my damage, and that makes me happy. I'm like, okay. But it's also a game pusher, so if you get the crit, put it on him, they have the perfect guard it, or they're going to waste like 3 cards. And 3 cards is a lot. Nope. It is a lot. That's a lot of shield. Would you rather drop a 10k shield, or would you rather drop 2 5s? That's what you have to do with this guy. Drop 2 5s. And it's really annoying. Especially when you hit the magic numbers. Yeah, or the perfect guard, obviously. And because it won't allow you to use your grade 0s or shields if you don't know what it does. And 3 half moon, 3 full moon goddess, because I only have 3 half moons and I really don't have another one. If I had 4, I would play 4 in A either way. But this one, when you have grade 2, grade 1 in Soul, it gets plus 2k. No, it doesn't get plus 2k. Hell fail. It doesn't lose 2k. You have to have grade 1 and 2 in Soul, and grade 0. So, Ichibiyoshi. Crescent moon and half moon. So, when you have these in Soul, you don't lose 2k, which means it doesn't become a 9k. And the other skill is irrelevant to that, so it doesn't matter. As long as you have 6 cards in your Soul, you can use this skill, which is Counterblast 2, draw 2 cards, and put 1 card in your hand in the Soul. This is an activation effect, so action effect. Well, you can use it anytime. So you don't have to be like, oh, I ride it, and you have to use it right in then. You don't have to do that. You can use it anytime you want. So as long as you get that 6 in Soul, you can use it. And you can use it more than once, which is used in the show. And you can probably see it if you watch Misaki play. I play 3 CEO. As much as I hate this card, I actually got off the Mega Blast today, which is kind of funny. But this is pretty good. It gets a plus 4k when you have 2 cards in hand. This is the only card that applies to 2 cards in hand. When you have 2 cards in hand, after you twin drive, it gets that plus 4 still, because it's a continuous effect. Remember that. Continuous effect. That's very important. Because Weather Go Milk is completely different. It's an auto, and this is continuous. Continuous means that after twin drive, it will still get that plus 4. Oh yeah, and another surprise factor you can do with this card, if your opponent says like 2 pass, and you say this attacks for 16, and you have 1 card in hand, after twin drive, you will attack for 16, correct? If you boost it with let's say, Coco. You boost it with Coco, you attack. So when you boost with Coco, and you're at 16, you have 1 card in hand, you hit that draw trigger, and you get that 4th card in hand. That means if you put the power here, that boosts all the way up to 25, technically. Because you have 4 cards in hand. So, one of my friends called it a surprise butt sex. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's like, okay, 16, you go 2 to pass, alright, fine, put all Vanguard. You're like, what? Oh yeah, I get +4 too.
Whoa, that is...
So yeah, I gotta put that back. Okay, so and last but not least for the grade 3s, I have 1 Apollon because this would be the full moon goddess if I had it, but I don't. So I just have 1 random Apollon. He's just good on the rear guard sometimes. He hit for 10, and especially if you misride, if anything.
It's kind of pretty good.
Awkward songs, dude. And I play 4 Psychic Bird, best crit trigger in the deck.
In the game?
Yes, in the game. Because you put in soul, draw a card. And they have one for Grand Blue too, actually, which is pretty funny.
I don't know why.
But yeah, there's a crit trigger exactly like this for Grand Blue, and it's in the same set.
Tell me about the thing who won.
Oh yeah, and Grand Blue top. The regional. That I didn't go to.
They top with what?
Grand Blue.
Against?
I don't know. I don't know.
Gold Paladin.
Gold Paladin. I hate Gold Paladins right now.
Nah, not Azel, but Azel.
And then I play 4 Nike. Because it's an extra crit trigger. And I like to play 8 crit. Because that's the standard number of crits that people should be running. It has the aggressive side that you need to make the push. So that your opponent just doesn't stomp on you.
Surprise butt sex.
Yeah, and then here's the surprise butt sex card again. You play 2 and 2 just to make sure that your opponent thinks that you're playing more than 4 draws. Because I like doing that mind trick.
Why don't you play Miracle Kid?
I don't like Miracle Kid because Miracle Kid is a mouse, and I'd rather have
an elephant eating a girl's dream than a mouse.
Yeah, because it has a girl in it, and it's a little perverted thing. Or I forgot what the name is for it.
Hentai?
No, not. Oh my gosh, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, lolly. There you go. There you go. That was the word I was looking for. Just ignore his comment there. And 4 heal trigger.
What was that, SP?
Yeah, 1's SP.
And all of them are
randomly there, because this was my old starting Vanguard when I was playing OTT in set 1 and 2. So that is the deck, and here are some of the combos that you can do with the deck. Other than
against the meta?
Against the meta. Alright, so here's a cool tip for Tsukuyomi players. So when you misride pretty badly, you go with something a little like this. You ride this, and you'll be about 1 damage, right? Ride 2. Take about 2 more damage, right? And you ride grade 3, let's say. So it's pretty bad right now, right? So you only have 3 in soul, and you have no half moon, full moon, and you still try something pretty bad with CEO, right? And you take another damage, right? And the next turn, you know, you're not getting any pluses, because normally when you get the Tsukuyomi deck going, you know, you should have those pluses by now. So in order to make up for it, let's say you have these in your hand. So you have these 4. Pretty simple, actually. You don't have to exactly have these in hand, but you can try to draw them off this, or draw off this. So what you do is ride this, right? So you did that normal ride. You have 5 in soul. So it's a 9k Vanguard at the moment, right? Place this on the rear guard, and move it into the soul to draw 1 card. So you just draw whatever. Okay, now you have 6 in soul. You have 4 damage by this point, I assume. Counterblast 2, because you have 6 in soul. Draw 2. And put 1 in soul. Draw 2 again. So if your hand size should be growing here, then you put the half moon in soul. So you put the half moon and the crescent moon in the soul. So it's like you normally rode the thing. You normally rode it. So it's 11k power again.
Whoa, it became a 9k and now it's 11k.
And you gained your pluses. So you still have your hand size.
Hey, that's a cool combo.
Yep. This is just to make up for the ride. Of course, you don't have the bottom stack anymore because you misrode. So you only check the top 5.
This is why this deck is good, even when it misrides. You can rant about it actually, because people keep saying, "Oh, this soulless is better, this is better." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I just don't like the soulless build because you're only gonna get that +2 when you ride. Okay.
Okay.
You can't use it any other time than that. You have to ride it. Okay. Ride it again. But I like this build better. It's like soul, and then ride.
Anything else?
So pretty much you have the standard field. This would be your Vanguard, let's just say. I'm not gonna set up the soul, but that's kind of annoying. But let's just say you do have the 6-in soul there. You want to have something on the side and something on the side. Maybe Tom, boosted by Gemini. This thing. Alright, so this is pretty much the ideal field of my opinion. Yeah, this is pretty much the ideal field that I want to have most times, because you want to maintain 4 cards in hand, and it's not going to be easy if you're trying to fill the whole field. So I like to keep 1 in hand, so you hit first. This will guarantee that you'll get 1 card out of his hand. Either that or he's going to take 1 damage, and that's always good, because 1 damage. He can guard it, right? And then he's probably going to try to guard one of these if I get a critical. So either way, it's a plus for me. He's going to waste a card. He's either going to try to waste a card to guard this, or he's going to take the risk of getting a critical, or trying to get a damage trigger. If he doesn't get a damage trigger, he's pretty much screwed. So take that, he guards with 5, do this, either perfect shield, or take it. And then if he takes it, then he takes the risk of crit and put power on top and take another hit. So that's how I deal with most decks right now. And this field works against Lockkeeper, because you always have that 1 open space. That means you have 4 rear guards. If you have 5 rear guards, he can always retire 1 rear guard when he binds. So that, I'm just assuming your opponent playing Lockkeeper, of course. So that's another tip for you guys. So make sure you guys try. I'm not saying you should copy the playstyle. It's a nice playstyle to think about. But if you don't have the booster, that is the best thing to do. But if you have the booster, you have enough cards in hand, you can do it. Go for it. Attack with Vanguard first, then, you know, put power on rear guards. That's the obvious play. But I'm just saying that this is a very viable play in a lot of decks, and they don't take advantage of this opportunity. When you have the ability to snipe in and attack on the Vanguard, well, obviously you can't do this with cross rides unless you're playing Bro Paladin, because that's the only deck that can hit with 13k with only 1 card, which would be Palamedes. So it'd be like 13k, and then you hit with Vanguard like that. But obviously we're not playing that deck, so sniping in here and attacking here, and then put power here, attack here. It's a strategy you guys can use. Also, another cool strategy, I think this is pretty obvious with this card. So it's draw 2 and put 1 in soul. So you can use Coco. So you place Coco, check the top. If you want to draw it, then you use the skill, counterblast 2, draw the card, put the other card you don't want in the soul. That's kind of obvious. You can also do that with Psychic Bird. So Psychic Bird is you put in soul and you draw a card. So you can check the top if you want it. You put this here, put in soul, draw the card that you wanted. You can keep it on top. So those are just some cool tricks you can do with the deck.
Okay, what's your strongest play?
Strongest play?
Show us your strongest field.
Strongest field. This is the end game play, which I usually end up going into. Oh, we'll just say it's not that broken.
No, it has to be the best.
The best? Okay, the best of the best. This is the ideal field that you want to see.
Whoa, what is this, broken?
Okay, that
Whoa.
is the best field possible
in the game.
In this deck.
In the game.
In the game. Okay, 4 cards in hand. That means you swing for 21. 21 is a beautiful number, because other than cross rides, they're gonna guard with 15 guaranteed.
And what do you twin drive?
And you twin drive 2 crits. Split the crits down here.
Whoa.
That means he's gonna guard with 15 here, 15 here, and that's 3 cards, because you can't use 10k shields. Because 10k shields are usually grade 0. They're always grade 0, actually.
Usually.
Yeah, they're always grade 0, unless it's a special interceptor, in which case you snipe that out, usually.
Question, when do you use this field? Like, when is it?
This is only good late game, usually. You don't want to push in hard, but if you do have this setup, I'm saying that it's not a bad idea, because if you get a crit, then your opponent's going to be scared, and the next turn he's going to try to attack with Toms, and that's what I usually like them to do. And if it's really not important to me at that time, or if I have another Tom in hand, I can be like, okay, attack it, waste your cards, waste your energy on it, and then just drop another one. That's what I usually like to do.
Yeah, he has more Toms.
Yeah, that's why you play 4 Toms, because you just keep dropping them, and they always attack it. Even when I drop it early, they still attack it. I'm just like,
so
scary. Because he is kind of scary. He's like a threat. When you get a crit and you block this, then you have to block this too. So it's really about how many cards you have in your hand. And you have to really play conservatively with this deck, because you have to consider this card. And it's only one card, but sometimes you have to adjust to it when you have it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, but just try to keep 4 cards in hand. The trick I like to do with this deck. Try to keep 4 cards in your hand. If you can keep 5 cards in hand, keep a booster in hand, and you can still swing for that 10k on the side, like I said, with the CEO or some other 10k beater, then do it. If you can do that, then do that play, because having 5 cards in hand is a lot more better than having 4 cards in hand trying to snipe out all their 10k shields. On the long run, it is good, but if you're just trying to push in, like, he's gonna guard this for sure. If he's at 4 damage, he's gonna guard. He's gonna guard this to prevent himself from being at 5 damage. Because if you attack with Vanguard, he can't no guard it. He has to guard it for sure. So he's gonna try to guard this one on first. Just assuming it's not top. Like it's this. So he's gonna try to guard it, right? Because he doesn't want it. Or he's at 3 damage. This is the best situation. He's at 3 damage. You're gonna attack him. He's gonna guard it so he doesn't have a 4 damage. Because if he has 4 damage and you get a crit off of here, you win. And if this fails, put it on here. And he has to guard with everything on here. Either that or a perfect shield. Most likely he's gonna use the perfect shield here. So that is the combos that you can do with this deck. Other decks have different playstyles, so I can't explain all the playstyles, but that is a typical field that you want to have in most conservative decks.
Hey, show the main cards and then tell us what's up with this deck.
Main cards?
Yeah, just like one of each.
One of each? I pretty much explained the deck.
No, like just to look at. Like
oh,
like end thingy. Oh, what a scrub! Alright, you'll get it.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, just to show off.
Yeah. Well, not too much. I usually just do like 3 cards, but okay.
Okay. All right, there you go. Fine, 3 cards.
All right, so how's this deck? And how does it go against the meta?
How's this deck and how it goes against the meta?
And like Gold Paladins.
Against Gold Paladins. Gold Paladins Superior Call blindly, and this card draws blindly. There's really no difference to it. The only difference is that they sometimes can hit bigger numbers than you can, and in which case this makes up for it, because they always have a 10k Vanguard, and it's so easy to hit 15 with this thing. All you need to do is boost Tom with this or this. This is 15. This is 16. Understand? There you go.
Numbers?
Good numbers. If you guys don't know
GG numbers.
Yeah, GG numbers. Get it? So if you're swinging with 16, your opponent has 11k Vanguard. That means they're gonna have to use 10k shield. In which case they can't use 10k shield. Because it's a grade 0. So they have to use 2 cards. So this is always guaranteed 2 cards. You get a crit, 3 cards. Or a perfect card. So probably one of the most unique cards in the game, and people shouldn't be playing more than that until Crossroads come out, of course. When Crossroads come out, this is kind of irrelevant because it's kind of weak. So, yeah, I mean, if they hit a damage trigger, then you're kind of screwed because it's already 18k, and this card can never reach 18k unless you put a trigger on it. So, maximum you can reach is 16k right now. Hopefully, there'll be a stronger booster for him. But other than that, that's pretty much the deck.
Any final words?
Play Oracle thing? Well, I don't really like other people playing the deck.
Wow, you said it's like so awkward, like play Oracle.
I don't really like how other people play the deck and make it look bad. So if you
Great, I never make it look bad.
So if you try to play a deck, at least make it look good. Alright, guys?
I always make it look good.
So I guess that would be my quote for you guys. Alright, if you play a deck, make it look good. Don't make decks look bad.
Alright, bye VGTubers. I hope you enjoyed this intro thing. Alright.
Peace out.